Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you are having an incredible weekend. Yes, this is not a traditional chicken and garden update because it's the July 4th week and I'm taking a week off. So I'm actually filming this just after I filmed last week's chicken and garden update. So I don't really have a whole lot of extra stuff to show you or to talk about. So today I wanted to talk about the why, because people ask me, like, why do you bother gardening? Why? Why this? This is a lot of time and energy and money to build the greenhouse, to put the plants in, to go and get the soil. Why not just have a garden that is like a yard with like a lawn and you can sit out there in the summer and enjoy things, and you don't have to go and spend a lot of time getting your hands dirty, and you can just go down to the local, supermarket and buy things to eat like normal people. And for many years, I didn't really have a huge amount of interest in doing gardening. I didn't have a garden really in the UK. I didn't have a garden when we lived in apartments here in the US. But as soon as we found this place, I knew that it was the right time for me to start gardening. I grew up in rural East Anglia, and there's a video on this channel talking about my origins, I guess, the story of how I am and who I am. And my mother and father instilled into me a great deal of respect for the natural world, and also a desire to want to know how things work, and also how ecosystems work and how we can keep things in balance and in harmony. And so from a very early age, I remember my parents always had a garden. They always grew vegetables in the summer. My mum loves gardening. It is her reason. That is her reason. To this day, gardening gets her through everything. Gardening helped her get through losing my dad when he was still very young. Gardening helped my mum when my eldest sister died of cancer. Gardening has helped my mum deal with the fact that I live a long, long way away, and other crises that have happened to her. And as much as I care to prefer even to not admit it, I'm very much like my mother. I don't like conflict. I would much rather be alone with my own thoughts and my garden than I would being in a confrontation with someone. I don't need a lot of social interaction. My wife jokes that I am happiest when I am out in the garden, and I've come back in and I'm happy because, I've just dug something out of the ground, maybe a carrot that's this long and it's not very big, but I've dug it out of the ground and I've grown it and I've seen it grow and I've watched it grow. That is something beautiful and wonderful and awe-inspiring to me, and it always has been, watching things grow. And so I guess maybe as I've gotten older, I've kind of retraced my roots and gone back to wanting to grow things. It's a way of connecting with my past and my family. But it's also about being sustainable and being self-reliant. There is something wonderful about being able to get up in the middle of the day from my desk, walk downstairs into the kitchen, grab a bowl, walk outside, pick some fruit for supper, pick some vegetables from the garden, tend to the plants for just 5-10 minutes, have the dogs out with me, just enjoy being out here, the noise, the sounds, the smells of being in the country. And I consider myself extremely lucky, and I know that not many people get that and are able to get that even if they want to. But there's something also really wonderful and special about being able to harvest my own food and then cook it. The taste of homegrown food. If you've never had the taste of homegrown food, I hope that you do get a chance to experience it. Lettuces. Having a lettuce leaf on a sandwich or in a salad that you have just plucked from your garden. Nothing like it. Fresh cucumbers, fresh tomatoes. If you are used to the taste of a tomato from a store or a cucumber from a store or any other vegetable from a store, and you experience freshly, my mum calls it freshly murdered. I don't know if I subscribe to that. I use it. I suppose I use that phrase with my wife. but freshly murdered vegetables, and you cook them and you eat them, they taste like nothing that you can buy from the store. They taste truly amazing. New potatoes is one of my favorites. Absolutely incredible. Fresh peas, again. Peas from the store versus peas you've just picked, no competition. And the same with eggs, right? Eggs that I have purchased from the store don't come close to eggs that my hands have laid. So that is why I spend so much time and energy doing gardening. But the cool thing about gardening is that the more you garden and the more skills you get, the more efficient you become at gardening, but also the less you have to rely on external sources for things like seeds. You can collect seeds from plants that you have had in your garden one year and then plant them the next. There are some caveats, right? You shouldn't plant the same plants in the same place year after year after year. It's not considered very good. But you can harvest your own plants and then use some of those to plant for future years, as long as you don't have an F1 hybrid, which is, I'm not going to go there. That's slightly different. But as long as you are using heritage seeds generally, you can just keep your garden ticking along year after year after year, which means your costs go down. And the same thing about soil, right? I spent a lot of money going backwards and forwards to my local soil place and bringing back load after load after load of soil for the garden. But as the years have gone on, I've needed to do less to my garden every year in terms of soil amendments because the soil has improved. We have very thick clay soil here, so if I hadn't done that, it would have been a lot harder to grow things. But this is the first year that I've successfully started to grow carrots in the ground and not had to worry about them not actually being able to push down because the soil has improved so much. I've encouraged more biodiversity in my garden. I've got more worms, more other critters that are helping break down that organic stuff and improving drainage. That helps the garden, but it also helps my house because I'm less likely to have problems when we get heavy rain because my soil is in a better condition. Things hold together better. So it's all about improving my home, but also my health, my mental health, and also getting food that's super low cost, that isn't in a package. And didn't have to drive here. So I hope that helps you understand why I do what I do and explain a little bit of why gardening is so important to me and why I do the chicken and garden update on Take 2. Thanks for joining me today. And if you've got thoughts, make sure you leave them below in our Discord chat room, or you can reach out to us on Mastodon. Thanks to the amazing list of people scrolling by on your screen right now. They are some of the more than 1,500 people who help fund this channel through Patreon and YouTube. They help cover our bills, pay our team, and they make sure that we can remain 100% independent. If you'd like to join them and see your name listed here, just follow the links below. There are a range of different tiers you can sign up for, from as little as $1 a month, or if you pay yearly, just over $10 a year. A massive welcome to our newest supporters: Carol Bulawa, Rolfondo, Michael Owen, Winter, and Wilton Live. To join the list and get your shout out, become a paid Patreon member for your week of fame. And of course, if you'd like to support us with a one-off donation, you'll find links below to make Ko-fi and Bitcoin donations. We even have a good old-fashioned P.O. box that you can reach us at. Address you'll find linked below. And of course, if you're in need of some swag, you'll find our swag store in the down below as well. This month, we are celebrating Pride with an amazing new t-shirt design by our in-house artist and animator, Erin. You can get yours today by heading to our Redbubble store. We've also got some fantastic content coming up, so make sure that you've hit the subscribe button on either PeerTube or YouTube, and we'll see you soon. We make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we think this one is also well worth a look. See you soon, and as always, keep evolving.